Uh,
Okay, folks, this is Fred Caney of Valley Big. Hello, folks, this is Fred Caney from Valley Bigfooting and the Inside Virginia Squatch. And tonight we're going to talk about our squatching experience between Virginia and Kentucky and everything. Now, we got Daniel Benoit, Yankee name. I'm going to join us here in a few minutes as soon as he tries to get the Wi-Fi hooked up there where he's at. He's out in the mountains, but he has to go about 7 miles away from the camp to get on his Wi-Fi. So I sent him a link and everything, But anyway, I'm gonna start out, saying, it was interesting out there where I was at. I got there Saturday morning about 10:30. Got the camp set up, and I was heading back to get some sticks, some poles to hold my front tent up, and I heard hooping and hollering and all sorts of stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, Daniel gets there and don't hear nothing for the rest of the time. Uh, the only time we really heard anything was last night about 10:30, 11 o'clock, give or take. We heard a whoop, yell and a whoop way back up in the mountain there, but that's all we heard. We found a lot of footprints. I got one little teeny runt, about 6.5, about 5.5 inches long. Funny thing about this is it's got little doggy toes right there, so y'all tell me. Then the other one I found, it looks like it's got a problem. It's weighing heavy on the. This is the right foot. It's weighing heavy on the outside the foot, and you got let's see, this right here. This right here, my fingers that's overhang. Right here's right here's the toe. You got the gap right there in between the other toes and everything. So, well, we had a pretty good time. Besides the rain sucked, and everything. Okay, but it was pretty good. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Anyway, um, yeah, the biggest thing we found was a 17-inch footprint, and I don't know how to screen share, but I'd share it with you, and everything. But that's pretty good. But we also have Kentucky down here. Okay, Connie Fox from a little
I'm
redneck town,
here.
little redneck town called what? Lee County, huh?
Yeah, Hicktown.
Hicktown, Lee County, big as my hometown, bigger, smaller,
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, anyway, tell us about your camping trip this weekend.
Well, it started out pretty good until we got set up for camp along the creek bank, and that was sitting there enjoying it, and was hearing all kinds of noises around us. And I could hear them walking around. Every time you hear a limb break. Heard a few grunts and a few blowing like they're trying to blow like a deer. And then it coming down for we had to leave that for the next day. We had to get out of there because the creek started rising. Then, like yesterday, we went in my area, and after we got the camp set up, I started walking around checking it out, seeing if there was anything new in there. And as I was walking around, I found this break. Whether it was broke, the limb was still attached to the tree, but it was bent backwards. But the sun was shining in my eyes, so I was just snapping a picture real fast because the sun was blinding me. I didn't realize it at the time, but I'd caught a squat in the picture.
Now that is
It looked like, if you look at the picture close to me, it looks like it's packing a stick, big stick or something.
ah cool beans, man. I'll tell you what, um, these squatches, are very, very, like last night when we went out, we went out with our fleurs and everything, and we
Uh-huh.
I got to the lake, and I was sitting there. Uh, I walked right into the um, where the bathrooms are and everything, and I shined.
Yeah.
I put the light over and or the flare, in other words. And the weird thing was, I saw two bipedals, which I thought was bipedals because they were standing there kind of looking. But I kept the floor up, and I kept taking like one step
Yeah.
and one step and one step, and it changed so it wasn't no squashes, But I tell you what, when you got your flashlight, your headlamp off, and you're walking in the dark, and you got all these little weeds poking out that kind of glow a little bit, that kind of racks your
Oh
brain.
yeah.
It racks the crap out of your brains. So what else happened?
It was that before and later that night, around dark, we started. There was a holler right down below our camp. I started hearing heavy footsteps, and then I heard some limbs breaking, and the weirdest, I don't know if you call it a grunt or purr or what sound, 2 or 3 times. So I left my recorder out in my camping shirt, just got with them cup holders on it.
Yeah.
Well, got the tent, left it on, and you could hear where they come into the camp. But that first night we camped, the night we got flooded out, I forgot about this. We actually had one right next to the tents.
Yeah. I got a
My friend
question.
heard it walking around his.
Yeah, I got a question
On the
for you.
backside of my tent.
Yeah, I got a question for you. I noticed on the one picture you got Connie Fox, June 6, 2016. There's a tree there that's got sunlight hitting it. I noticed you got that circled, or was that
I didn't circle that. Somebody else did.
okay? That must have been what the heck's his
I don't know
name?
why they circled that. I know that was done.
Well, we got a friend of mine. He's a country singer. He believes in I wouldn't say paranormal. I would say that it's called what the heck's his name? I can't remember his name, but he's a good
I
friend of
know it,
mine.
and I can't remember it either.
Huh?
I know
Yeah,
it, and I can't remember it either.
yeah. Cause he's the one that found the dog man on my video last year
Huh.
and everything. I'm trying to find my link here on my Facebook so I can go to it and see what people are
Yes,
saying.
somebody else circled that spot because to the left of from where the squatch is, somebody else circled another spot and said there was something there.
Yeah,
Me, I can't be sure, but blow it up. It looks like there's a figure there, but I can't really tell for sure. I just know the one I could see good.
yeah. I'll tell you a lot of people don't realize, the Squatches can stand there and look at you, and you would never
Yep.
see them. And they're like,
Nope.
well,
That's
wow,
how I walked up on deer.
yeah. I didn't see that many deer. I didn't see that many deer to shoot. But I'll tell you what, I
Hey,
think so. Well, hello there, Beth. Join the
surprise.
club.
Surprise.
Yeah, we're sitting there talking and everything. We're talking to Connie right
Maybe
now.
she is.
Yeah, she's telling us about her um her
Camp
camp,
out.
yeah, her camp out down in
Yep.
Kentucky and everything. Yeah, down
I'm
there.
glad. I'm glad I called. I got on this one because I've been wanting to hear from her. I watched the last one she did with Daniel and thought it was really interesting.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
and
Connie, this is my cousin Beth.
nice to
Nice to
meet you.
meet you.
Okay, y'all can go ahead now.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let me get Steve on here. Dang it.
Yay, Beth's on, my friend.
Shit. Oh, here we go. I'm trying to send Steve a link too.
Now she's done cut off her camera and her mic. Oh
Who?
wait.
Yes, I did. I did turn off my mic. Yeah, I turned my camera off too.
Let's
As
see.
bad as I feel, I'm sure I look the part.
Here we go. All right, what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to. Can y'all still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Steve says, what's up?
All right, Wait a minute. Oh, what I'm gonna do here? Okay, here we go. Live event, live chat room. Here we go. I'm trying to get two things up at one time.
We need Steve and Ryan if he's around, and then Daniel's coming later, you say?
Daniel's trying to get on now.
Oh, well, I guess it's later from when you said it.
This daggone thing. I'm trying to, you know. I don't want that. I want this one. Uh-oh. I don't want that one. Dang it.
He's a real whiz, that Fred.
I'm telling you, man.
I believe it.
All right, let's try this again. I heard that. I'm trying it again here. Hey, man, I'm new at this, okay? You know. Yeah, I hear you laughing. Okay.
We love you, Fred. We just
I know.
gotta pick.
We got to pick.
We gotta pick. You know
Okay,
that's what country girls do. They pick.
I don't want that.
Oh, Connie, you gotta quit laughing because you're making me laugh even more.
Well, hey, that's right. We're having fun anyway. That's what the hell we want.
Yeah.
Well, that's
All right. Well, see, I'm trying. You got live chat room and you got live events. All right, I'm trying to hit live chat room so I can see the comments and everything. But this computer is like slagging like really bad, you know.
Yeah, join the pro.
Okay.
That's sweet talking, Fred.
What?
Sweet talking about work.
Okay. Well, anyway, I mean, we had we had fun and everything. I mean, it was comical as heck. You know.
Fred, I can try to go to the Facebook and see if I can see the live chat comments there. If you want me to. Let's see.
Oh, hell with it. I'll just forget the damn comments. I can't get, every time I try to get it up, it's, I told Steve to come on. Dang it.
Is this on ECBRO or Valley Squatch?
On Valley Bigfoot, man, this ain't no ECBRO.
Well,
I'm not ECBRO. I'm Valley Bigfoot.
Well, I know.
When I go out.
Never mind.
Yeah, hey, when I go out and I'm with Daniel, I'm still Valley Bigfoot.
I know. I was just asking where was the post. Okay. Camp out at Elkhorn. All right.
No, you don't go to him.
No, I was going to look for questions.
Big Steve, unmute yourself.
No.
What's up, wild man?
How you doing, bro?
Just got back.
Cool.
I took the Jeep out there, and I almost didn't make it back, man. I don't know if my wires are bad, my plugs are bad. That thing, I burned almost over a quarter of a tank of gas coming back.
Well, you got that thing geared low.
I had it in two-wheel drive. I had the front unlocked. There's Sambo. Unmute. Okay, who's SB?
That's Beth.
Okay, Beth, unmute yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
she might just take a break and listen from time to time.
Okay, that's cool. Steve, have you heard anything? Have you heard anything this past weekend?
Man, I remember after I talked to you, texting you, and you told me you were having a problem with the van. Man, I was going out of here, and there was a tree sticking out into my road.
Oh,
and it was wedged between two other trees. There was a dead tree wedged between two live trees. I had to go out there. I mean, that was a pain in the ass.
Was the Did you find the root system, or is it
No, I don't know where that came from.
Oh wow, man.
So I was sitting out here today, and I'm eating lunch. Well, you know I got that rooster, right? But this rooster showed up.
Yeah.
Well, he's been roosting down here behind the deck in this old dog house is where he's been hiding at. Well, for the last 2 days, he's been up on the deck the last 2 nights, freaking out for some reason. So today I come back home about lunchtime. I stopped and got a sub at the deli down the street down there in town. And I was sitting out here and I'm eating my sandwich, and I hear up not behind me but in front of me, I hear 2 snaps and then I hear a whack. I'm like, damn, they must have got some food or something.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we I got this footprint, which was a juvie.
Cool.
But it's got 2 little dog toes right here, which makes it kind of funny. Then the other one, this one right here was do you see how thick it is right through here? See how thick it is?
Yeah, heel.
Okay, now look at the other side. Look how flat it is. Whatever it. I mean, you can even see the toe prints. Like this part right here, where my finger is the overlap. That first toe's right here. Then you got a gap in between the first and second toe, and everything, you know. But it had something wrong with his foot, and it was walking on the outside. We found like 10 or 12 more tracks that was exactly alike. So, but what really made me mad was I found a perfect 6-inch track, flat. It was a left foot, flat in the mud.
Man.
I said I got to run back to the camp and get my camera and get the plaster and everything. I got back there, got everything, and ran back up there. Some idiot done rode through there and rode right over that track.
Oh, man.
But Daniel did find, we both found a 17-inch track. 10 inches wide, 10 inches wide at the toes, from one toe to the other. The heel was 8 inches wide.
Ooh.
Now, I got a question. Sam.
Yes, sir.
How's your area coming along? Or have you been home?
Oh, no, I went,
He's been on vacation 2 weeks. Had a big time.
That's right, I did. Well, last weekend, of course, I was in Atlanta, but the weekend before that, we were at the cabin, and we were there for 4 days, and I didn't find anything till the last day. I just posted it on the my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, guys, these tree breaks, pretty much discounted them unless they're in a like a line, like showing a path, because I came across several huge ash trees that were twisted just like small ones. So the twisted thing, I kind of throw it out now since I've seen those big trees twisted. So
okay, are you talking about trees that are big around as a medicine ball and bigger?
No, man, these trees that were twisted were about 16 to 20 inches in diameter.
Oh, no, that would be considered natural.
Right.
Because a squatch is not going to take a tree that big. They'll take a tree about that big right there, and that's about the size they work with, and they will break it and twist it. But anything bigger than that, I myself consider it natural.
The oddest thing I found was it was about a tree, like I say, I just posted it on YouTube, but it's a tree. It goes up, and then it's got a break to the left and a break to the right, and they're both identical level, and nothing fell on it and broke it or anything like that at all. And it's like a path that goes down the hill, and it was pretty late at night, and I don't like to be up there when it's late, so I got the hell back on the four-wheel and went back down to the cabin. But that's the only interesting thing I found.
Oh, okay, cool. Unmute yourself, Sam. I mean, Steve.
I got a dog barking behind me.
Oh, okay. I'm on the panel here right now. Okay, there we go.
Hey, is that Connie I see on that panel?
Yeah, that's Connie.
My
she was
arch
telling.
nemesis.
Yeah, yeah. She was telling us about. Have you seen her pictures? She's got a
Yeah.
she's got a Squatch.
Yeah, I saw it on Bano's website.
That is good, man. I mean, when anybody, I don't care if they're not a member of my group, if they're in another group, and they want to share something like that, I enjoy it because it tells me that everybody, all right, we got Virginia, we got West Virginia, we got Kentucky, all of us, is if Ryan ever comes on, we got his area too, but everybody is getting action right now. I'm noticing juveniles. Steve, I think you're getting big boys.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny around here right now. I've seen two baby deer within the last 2 days too.
I seen I seen
Two,
one
two.
doe I seen one doe today, and that's when I was leaving. I
I saw one yesterday. It was like 2 hours before I saw it because it wasn't even run. It just laid in the grass. And when I walked up, when I got up near it, it just lay right there. And I saw
uh
one today, and it ran off, but it was real wobbly, so it was probably a day old.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But I mean, but far as the activity of the juveniles, and like my area down here where I usually research, and then I went up to Daniel's area with him and researched, and all I paid attention to was juvies. That's all I wanted to pay attention to, because I'm trying something, to see how, like you say, we got West Virginia, Virginia, Kentucky, and New York, North Carolina, and South Carolina. So I'm trying to get everybody together so we can put all our information together on just the juveniles alone to see how active they are right now. You know, and it's pretty good, and everything. But Sam, when are you gonna be camping out again? Out at the cabin,
All right.
huh?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Okay, while you out there, I know you're gonna hear a lot of stuff. I know that for a fact. But do you got plaster?
Oh yeah.
Okay, see if you can plaster any juvenile tracks if you can.
Trust me,
Because
I'm looking.
all right, because what I'm doing is I'm taking and getting everybody to show their juvenile cast, and that'll give us all the size comparison at this time of year, all up and down the East Coast,
Mhm.
and everything, and that way we can take that information and put it with the other information with the adults, like the females, like all right, now I got my juveniles, now I'm looking for female tracks. See how many different size female tracks. Then we get to female. Then we go to the big boy, get his tracks, and that'll give us a size comparison of the whole family group and how active they are in everybody's area. You
Yeah,
know,
I've only got the one trackway that we found in the big 17-inch track.
how
I found some stuff this weekend, but I mean, I throw a lot of it out because if it's not a clear definition, definite track, I tend to throw it out. More than likely, I probably believe it's a bear. We got quite a bit of bear up there on High Knob, so um, and the problem is, Fred, it's just like your area and the rest of us around here in Kentucky and Shaky. The thing is, we have a lot of leaf litter, so it's hard to really find a soil composition
yeah,
that you
it
can
is.
find tracks in.
Yeah,
It's got to be in a road or in a muddy part of the road or on the sandy part of a creek. Other than that, you're screwed.
yeah, exactly. Now since I'm a tracker and everything, I take and I look at I can read tracks um in the leaves and everything like that, and it's not that hard, but it's not that easy, I mean, I'll see tracks in the leaves and stuff, but I don't really mess with them.
Mm-hmm.
I mostly, if I see one, that I can see toe impression, I'll take my hand and kind of lightly, move it away. If there's soil underneath of it, like good dry, good soil,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and cast it. But if it's
Right.
just like walk on top of leaves, I won't even mess. I'll just take the picture, measure it, take the picture of it, and go on about my business. That's the
Yeah,
way
but
I
I'm
usually
like
do
you.
it.
When you take pictures of it, 9 times out of 10, you can't tell it as good as when you're looking at it in person. And you know that just as well
Exactly.
as I do. I mean, it's tough to really see a photo unless it's a definite impression like those tracks we have.
Exactly.
That one track that I found on the other ridge at the creek. I'm pretty sure it's human, but shit, man, we found it in late February, so it's hard to believe that somebody's going to be barefooted at a creek in late February.
Yeah, exactly. Because when I found that track the other day, I was tickled pink, man, because that's the first thing I was looking for was juvenile tracks, and I found it, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. So, and then someone has to ride. Someone just had to ride through there and ruin it,
Oh yeah.
and that made me madder than a hornet. You know. Okay. I got tagged in a post by a friend of mine. Big deal. There's
Yeah,
that.
it's funny you talking about with the leaves and all. When I went up there to look at that lawnmower that was laid out in my road, where it was, the leaves were really matched down, all in that one area, real flat.
Yeah.
I've been walking around in there.
All right. Well, let me ask y'all a question. I found a massive pile of scat. I got pictures of it. Now here's what the funny part. All right, everybody knows that bear scat is black. All right, got a million seeds in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, whatever this was, it was. I found a bedding area. I found a cone shaped uh, nest. It was a nest or a shelter or something. I found juvenile tracks, and I found that big 17-inch track, but I wasn't going to cast it because it would have been totally impossible in that little area there. But the scat had a lot of greenish, like say like
Mhm.
they was eating water shoots from out of the river, out of the streams there, and it was green. It didn't smell like manure. It smelled like had like greenish, but it was about chunks like that and a little diarrhea with it. And I went back uh, yesterday afternoon and check it out again. And but when I found it the first time, it was still steaming. But I don't know what it could be, because it had long. You know how like when you chew your greens up, you go to the bathroom, you still got them long strings that didn't digest, that the acid didn't digest in our stomachs. Well, this must not have digested enough because it was real stringy with green, like water shoots and stuff like that. But I don't know what made it. I don't know. I don't. It wasn't a bear because I didn't see one bear track in the area. None. And that's the first thing I usually look for because that area has got some big bears in it. I
That's
did find
funny.
one bear. I did find one big bear track, but it was like maybe a month old, 2 months old, and it was 7 inches wide and 6 inches long. So that was a big bear. But this was not a bear that dumped that scat. I don't know what made it, but the area I put my hand down where the flat spots was, and both them underneath that nest or underneath that shelter, and on the ground where I found the scat, they were still warm. So I might jump something up, but I don't know what it was.
Hmm.
I can't figure it out. You know, it's kind of
Did you take a picture of it, Fred?
yeah. I got photos of it. If you go to my Facebook, man, I got them on my Facebook.
Okay.
You know, you gotta kind of look at it, but it's really wild. Now, have you found anything like that in your area, Connie?
Yeah, several times. And
What
I
did it
know
look?
it's not fair. It's just weird.
What did it look like? Describe it.
Like what you described.
What
Exactly
do
like
you?
what you've described.
Green.
And I
Yeah,
know it
real.
ain't fair because ain't, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was real
Just like
stringy.
Fred described that he found. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was all green because I brought back some to the camp.
Yep.
I brought some back to the camp. We laid it out, and it was semi-dry, but it smelled like grass. Now, Steve, have you found anything like that in your area?
Man, it's hard to find anything up here. It's just like I say, it's so rocky and everything. I don't even, it's hard to find any kind of animal life. I haven't actually seen an animal.
Oh, okay.
It's either up a big rock or the main.
Right. What about you, Sam? Have you found any weird-looking scat piles in your area, like the way we described ours?
No, the only thing I've ever found is coyote and bear. That's it.
I take it back. I found a lot of fox scat, and the reason I know it's fox scat is because they poop on top of rocks.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
how I know fox.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking deer, but deer dump pellets.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, I know what mostly deer, and I mean what our animals. I've seen their scat, but this is one pile that has got my mind blown away because I don't know what it is.
It's Daniel. Daniel Benoit.
It could be,
He'll
man.
like
It
that
could
one.
be.
He'll like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, he said last night, sometime last night when I was asleep, he said he heard something hit the road. Because the road's right there at the camp. And
Hmm.
I didn't, me personally, because when I laid down, my head hit that pillow, I was out like a light and everything. That's pretty good though.
Well, we
Go
know
ahead.
that dogs eat grass if they're sick or for whatever reasons. Is there anything? I mean, but that was a big pile of scat because I
That,
saw the picture.
that
Do,
pile
do we know?
was at least like this and about that high.
Do we know if any other animals eat grass when they're sick?
Mountain, probably mountain lion.
Well, we do have a black cat, but he would have to have a bad case of diarrhea, man, to dump a pile that big.
Any elk down there, Fred?
No, they're mostly up around Bath County, up there around the reservoir, up there in Bath.
Yeah, you take a human being. When a human being eats a lot of greens, it's a natural laxative too, and for a squatch, I think for a squatch to be in the woods and eat greens constantly, would have to have a very long digestive tract. Cows have four stomachs. That's all they eat is grass.
Right,
Yeah.
and
So it has to,
you know,
it has to digest it.
yeah, I did think about it too, but see where the area is, there's a small stream. There's a stream right next to where I found it at. I mean, we got streams everywhere up there. And the streams are up, and there's a lot of water chutes. I
You know
found
something funny? I got a new theory. Fred.
What, Steve?
A theory why we're not finding why we're not finding why we're not finding their scat so much. I got a theory that Sasquatch are pooping. They don't bear it. I got a feeling they're pooping in the water, and that water is just breaking it down and dissolving it.
huh?
They're always in water. They're always near a river. Always near a stream. They're always near some kind of water source.
That
Well,
could be a good idea.
well, because we got the streams that runs into Elkhorn, and Elkhorn rose about 2 foot since we had just the past 2 days it rose. All the streams around us were over flooding, coming out in the road and everything. So it was high and everything out there. So it was pretty wild.
Yeah.
But I know what animals scat looks like, what particular animals, but this is one pile that I cannot figure out. It drove me
Well,
freaking nuts.
we've heard we've heard a lot about we've heard a lot of people say, how bad a Sasquatch smelled, but then we have a lot of people who say they didn't smell anything, and we have a lot of sightings who say their hair looked combed, they looked fairly clean. Not that it was combed, but but they looked fairly clean and somewhat groomed.
Well, every squatch,
Maybe
every
if they did poop in the water, that would keep their bottom ends clean.
I remember about 10 years back, some guy said it was out in Montana or something like that. He said he was hunting, he was elk hunting, and he happened to see a mother and a daughter squatch, and they was in a creek looking for crawdads, minnows, stuff like that. And he said that the one of them just like took a dump while they were walking and took her finger down and wiped her butt and licked it, and everything. But it was in a creek
Right.
that she did dump, you know. That was like,
Well,
well, it's interesting, but
that
um,
could be part of the mystery. Who knows?
well, one thing I do know, the area that I went into is right behind the camp, and it was flat. I mean, it was still warm. Both the nest, that little shelter, and where it was flat, it was still warm. So that told me that whatever was there, I must have jumped it up,
Yeah.
And I walked the creek beds. I walked all the way around. I found pine trees that was pushed over going into the. You know how like when the game commission plants the trees, they got them yellow tubes that the trees are in. To keep the deer and everything from to eating them up so they grow. Well, half these had those tubes in them, and the trees were pushed over, and it's about a 4 foot swath going through the pines one way. Then he went in, and I followed him. I went in, seen a clear area. Then you can see where he bent them going, but he pushed them over going back out. Made a 4 foot swath. So I know it was a male or a female or something doing that. I don't know. I didn't smell anything. I did hear, I think it was a knock. I'm really not quite sure, but it could have been a knock. I don't know because the water was up high, and I had my parabolic dish, trying to listen around and everything. So it was pretty interesting and everything. Now, Connie, just, just describe to me, and she gets up and walks away. Anyway,
Hey, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I'm looking at that picture.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah. I mean, it's almost. I mean, really, to me, it's almost reminiscent of bear shit. But he's eating. He looks like he's been eating green, something green.
Yeah,
It just looks like the same consistency of, you know,
but
it
it's
really does.
yeah, it's all green. But I mean, if it was a bear that made that dump pile, he must have had a bad case of diarrhea because it was huge. I guarantee it was 14, 16 inches long and about 2 inches tall, two
Yeah, I can
inches
see
high.
it. It looks about the twice the size of a normal, or maybe even three
Well,
times.
but this is how big around it was. Hey, Sam, this is how big around it was. I found one chunk about 4 inches long. It was that big around, and it
Hmm.
was tight. And the rest of it was like diarrhea. And
I don't know, man. That little structure that you took a picture of, that's interesting.
yeah, that was the one right there in front of that scat pile, and that little structure is where it was warm. It was still warm. Something was laying there, and I must have jumped them up because I followed the trail in that forage, and it went right straight to where I got to where I got this little print right here. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be a juvenile squatch. I mean, it could be a squatch doing it. I don't know. I have no idea. You know. But yeah, first thing I thought of was, well, it could be a bear, but that bear had to have a bad case of diarrhea.
Mm-hmm.
and there were a lot of shoots, and I did see a lot of shoots that were stepped on between 6 inches and 17 inches. Walking through that area, myself.
It's a good looking track too. You got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty clear there.
Oh,
I liked it though, but okay, we got Yankee on here somewhere. Where's that? There he is. Hey Ryan.
What's up, man?
Okay, tell me about. Did you have any excitement in your area this weekend besides a lot of rain like us?
I actually haven't been able to get out. I've had quite a few things going on lately. I got a family member that's really sick, kind of.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry
Um,
about that.
yeah, so I just haven't been able to get out. It's just been really long days, and they got diagnosed with cancer, so there's
Yeah.
like a bunch going on.
Yeah. Let me show you. Let me show you one of the casts that I got. Now you see how it's thick right here on this side. This is just the right foot. Now look at the inside.
Stop
See
moving
that?
it. Okay.
Okay. Whatever, whatever, whatever. Something had to be wrong with the because it was walking on the outside step. Now I tried to mimic.
Hold it up again so I can see the whole thing.
Hey Fred,
He's
is that the
making a
cast?
sandwich.
Well, wait a minute, Leo. Say what?
Is that the cast that's in the middle of that picture you took? Right in the middle, the
Yeah,
bevel. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. It's yeah. I thought of a kid too, but here's the thing.
Was it
Deep
on a
as it,
slope?
no, no, it was on flat ground. But we found like 10 or 12 more tracks exactly the same, so we know that it was walking on the outside step. Because I tried to get my foot with all my weight. Even got Daniel to try with all weight. Tried to mimic this track, and we couldn't get our feet down there far enough. Who's got a TV on?
Yeah, there's a loud TV on.
Oh, I'll tell you what it is. It's coming from you,
Con
Ryan.
Bryant.
I don't have a TV on.
Yeah,
Connie.
yeah,
Connie, your TV on?
Let me grab the remote and I'll turn it on down.
What's up, Steve?
brother.
How you doing?
Alright.
Hanging in there?
There we go.
all right.
Now
Hey
we
But
can hear
Fred,
ourselves.
yeah.
What's up?
Fred, how apart were those tracks? The one in the middle. Where'd the one on the right and the one on the left come from? In the same area y'all were at?
The one on the right was this one right here. One that had the little dog toes on the end here. That was back behind the camp. That's this one right here. Don't look like much. But this one right here at the very first time I took Daniel up there. Me and him camped out. This was in the area. Now I found a left foot that was perfectly flat. All the toes. I mean, it looked like a perfect footprint. I ran back. I got in the jeep and ran back to the camp to get my camera and some plaster. When I come back, someone had rode through there and run right over that track. So, but this was a perfect foot. I still hear it. Let's see.
You gotta stop using plaster, Fred. I told you, man. You gotta.
Well, Daniel got some. Daniel got some plaster somewhere. I don't know where he got it. Oh, he got it Lowe's, I think.
Order some Hydrocal 50
Why Hydrokill 50?
because it's the strongest and it's the best damn stuff out there. It's
Well,
better. It's better than dental stone, and you see the definition and all that crumbly,
uh,
rocky.
okay. Look at this. Look at this one right here. Let me hold it
Yeah.
still. You could this right here is an overrun. This right here is the first toe.
You see the porousness, all the holes. It gets rid of a lot of that.
Well, the definition was, right between the first toe and the second toe, there's a gap about wide as my finger. And we did not pick up even though I was walking on the right side of his foot, we did not find a pinky toe. So, and all the tracks we found that was the right foot that made the same step did not have a pinky toe.
Hmm.
So that had to be a deformity, but the left foot was okay. I just wish that whoever rode through there wouldn't have rode through there, because I wasn't gone but 5-6 minutes.
Oh, they don't give a shit.
What? I'm gonna guess you didn't even. I don't even know the size of that, but I'm gonna guess it's a juvenile.
Yeah, oh yeah. Only thing I was after this weekend was juveniles, because you got Connie's area, you got your area, you got Steve's area, you got um, um, Sam's area. You got we got all these areas, and we're trying, and your area, we're trying to. What I'm working on now is the juveniles. Get the footprints. We'll see what the sizes are from every area. Then we go to the females, and we start working with the female footprints. Then we go to the adults, like the males and everything. And then that way we can compare our notes and figure out how tall, with the weight size, during the growth, from like this year, and then we'll do it again next year. Then we'll take and compare the notes to the sizes that we have now to the sizes we find next year, and that gives us a clear pattern up and down the East Coast how the growth rate is going between all of them in the family groups. Well, you never thought about that? It was your idea to begin with.
Thank you.
Okay, Connie.
He forgot.
Connie.
No, I didn't forget. He's learning. I taught him something. I taught him a little something.
Oh, there you go.
All right, I got a question for Connie now. Okay, Connie, in your area, over this past weekend, how many juvenile tracks did you see? And what was the sizes of them, if you did see any? Unmute yourself. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
Did you mute Connie?
Is it unmuted now?
Yep.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. Now, the smallest I've found this weekend so far was a 13-inch.
13. Did it have a wide heel or a thin heel? A small heel, in other words.
It's kind of a wide heel.
Okay, that's a male. See, I done figured. Yeah, see, I done figured out. I done found a difference between a male heel and a female heel. The male heel's got a wide heel, and the toes are more conformed. Yeah, there's some that got spread out. Most of them are conformed, but I noticed that the females have got their toes are widespread because of the weight, of carrying the baby and everything, in front and everything. And I don't think, and I mean, I don't know how it is in other areas, but this is what I've seen in my area,
I got a question. Has anybody ever thought that, like, how your step was your track was a little deeper in the back, Fred? What if it was a juvenile on all fours? Like, would it cause that?
Well, this was around a mud puddle. Like you go in, and you make a like a horseshoe turn. Right there in the middle, there was a mud puddle, and there was a track. The perfect track was on the one side, but this track here was on the other side of it. We didn't find no handprints, but to make sure that this was the same squatch, we found about 9 or 10 tracks that was identical to this one, coming from the creek stream area, coming over toward that area, coming right through this little mini camp, and right to that spot, and going around it, and we found and got this on the other side of it, because we had to cover this up with plastic to keep it from getting wet, but it got wet anyway. But yeah, from this part right here on on the inner side, all the way around to the back side. This right here is the inside. This right here is the outside of its right foot. You know, and I even drove the Jeep after I plastered this cast and got it out. I drove the Jeep. I backed up and drove my tire right next to right next to this track, and my tire only sunk half as deep as this cast here. It only sunk, didn't even sink that far. So whatever it was, it had weight to it.
That's just like our cast, Fred. We included the ATV tire tracks in our cast to show
Yeah.
how much deeper the print was than the ATV track.
Now, do y'all think that when you see a 17-inch track, how tall do you think that squatch is? Sam.
My guess would be about 8 foot
8 foot. Okay.
or close to it.
Okay. How about you, Sam? What do you think?
Um, I don't know, but it's one big son bitch. I bet probably 9 foot.
Okay. Where's Steve at?
He hopped off our.
Okay. Ryan.
And what was the height again? Or what were you in referencing?
The length of the track. How
Yeah.
tall would you think it was?
Yeah. Yeah. If it's a 17-inch track, how tall do you think he is? And how much do you think it weighs?
Well, the weight you really couldn't tell unless you were able to determine the toe splay and the depthness based on the soil substrate. I mean, then you could get some type of weight off of it. But I would say if you're at like 17 inches, I know the one I found was 19, and he was 9'8". That's what we were able to measure on the tree, and that was by visual and.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, could a juvenile have a 15-inch track?
No.
I mean, we don't know. We don't know. Humans do. I mean,
Why do you think it
could he be short? Could he be short and fat? I mean,
right.
I don't. There's short people that's got big feet.
Right.
Yeah, I got one.
I bet you got a big shoe, man.
No, not me. My wife. But I mean, but like I say, this track right here. I drove the Jeep next to this track, and my tires didn't sink as far as this hill did. The whole right side sank. And same soil consistency and everything. So I'm guessing for this side, this right here's let's see, because from here to here is top of my middle finger is 6 inches. So I measure 6, 7, 8. So this is about an 8-inch track. So that tells me it's probably about 5.5 foot tall, give or take. And this little one right here,
as tall as me.
This right here, the little one right here is about 6.5 inches long. But he was going up a hill, so this part right here is a little thicker, where he had to dig down in there.
Now that first one you showed with the thicker heel, what kind of ground substrate was that?
What kind of grade or what kind of soil was it?
Right.
It was on a how you drive in, you pull in there, you got gravel, you got it's in the mountains, man. It's hard soil because you're driving on it constantly because it's rocky and it's
clay
hard
like dirt.
No, it's soil, but for people driving on it, driving in there, it's just packed down tight.
It packs.
And and this one right here, he had pretty good weight to do that. My Jeep weighs about, I don't know, it's a heavy damn Jeep because it's got everything Chevrolet 3/4 ton on it, and it didn't sink half that far. So it's really, real hard to tell, but.
Well, it could have been running, or it could have been, where it.
No, we know. Well, we know they were foraging because they left the river, the stream, big wide stream, and you can see where they were piddling around at the little teeny stream, and they come up through the trail and come up on where the campsite is, went over to that mud puddle, and went around in or around it, and that's where I got that track. But we found out that what they did, they made a U-turn. You know, they come across the creek, well, from the stream to the creek, went up, went through the camp, looped around, and went right back and went up behind the camp and back on up in the woods there, following another trail. And every footprint I found from that spot all the way back into the woods was the exact same track, the same step. It was heavy on the right side. So it probably had something wrong with it. I don't know what, but that's why I got y'all here. But Connie,
Are we supposed to tag it?
Yeah.
okay. Um, in your area, uh, how is the foliage? You got more pine. You got more leaves like oak, maple, cherry, and stuff like that. You got leaves,
Well,
or you got
it's actually, you got pine thickets in one spot, you got oaks and maples and that in another. It's just every so often you run into a pine thicket.
okay.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any tree bends? You know, like little sucker pines growing up. Have you noticed any or any pine
Yeah.
trees that let's say about that big around, bent
Oh
over
yeah.
from the roots up, pushed going into an area, but like
Yeah.
in a path by 4 foot wide swath?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
found a bunch of them yesterday, and I followed them everything, But when I found that at Scat Pile, that's when I really started following the trail, and they was just from what I can gather from what I was seeing, they was just meandering around. You can see where they stopped, and
Yeah.
they was along the creek. You can see where they stepped on some water chutes. Um, you can see where they pulled the water chutes out of the ground right next to the creek and everything. And they was just meandering around. And
Oh yeah.
after I got to this one spot, I couldn't find no more signs. And they didn't backtrack. Now a coyote will backtrack very well. I've had them, and they will go step for step when they went forward, and they'll use that to go backwards because they will back up in each step. Now,
Hmm.
when I followed them meandering, it got to a certain point, and there was nothing, nothing. They didn't go
I've
left, they didn't go
I've had
right.
that happen to me.
Yeah, and I can't figure out, and this is in a small pine thicket where the game commission put sucker cedars, to grow. And it went into that area,
Yeah.
and that's where the track stopped. So I don't know where they went.
And they go in a tree, go up a tree.
There ain't no trees big enough. Like I said, the little sucker ones about big around as a pool stick, and about 5, 6 foot tall, and that's it. You know, but I
But I
can't
have
figure.
noticed you walk around the outer edges of those pine thickets, you'll pick up the trail again.
Well, I tried that too. I didn't
For
see
some
that.
reason, you, huh? 'Cause usually, I lose them in the pine thickets, I walk around the outer edges, and I'll find the trail again.
Well, I tried that.
It's
I do that in
hard to
my
see,
area.
but I'll find it.
Yeah, I do that in my area. And I do
And
see.
then sometimes I can't find them nowhere. Where they go, I
Yeah,
have no idea.
yeah.
It's like you, the trees aren't big enough for them to climb.
Right, right. Now, Sam,
Yeah.
you followed tracks before, right? The ones in your area. Have you
Hmm.
ever followed them to the point where they just like stopped and there's no more tracks? They didn't go left, they didn't go right, they didn't go forward, they didn't go backwards. Have you ever noticed that?
No, once the tracks that I find, the only ones I found, um, they went off into the leaf litter, and I couldn't tell where they went. Don't have a clue. We searched and looked for hours. Couldn't figure it out.
Huh.
Yeah.
But you know,
I got to
but
get off here, guys. I got something that came up with work. I apologize.
that's all right. You came
Bye,
on.
Sam.
You came
Later,
on. That's
man.
good enough. Come on again, man. You're more than
Glad you
welcome.
had a good vacation.
All right, Sam. We'll talk to you later, man. Behave yourself. But yeah, I just can't figure out exactly where the hell that trail. I mean, they get to a point and they stop. Because I mean, I
Yeah.
tracked them hard. I tracked them hard and heavy, and I could not find where they went.
You're learning.
I've
What
had
do you
that
mean?
happen in the snow.
Son, I've been doing this since '81, and I've been stumped like this 3 times, and I
I
can't
told
figure
you
it
that.
out.
I told you there's something more going on than them just being this flesh and blood.
Oh, that's right. They turned invisible and floated away with butterfly wings.
No, I didn't say that, but I'm saying there's something. Um, I don't know what it is, but you're not the. I mean, you're a good tracker, right?
I'm a hell of a tracker.
Yeah.
I could track through
And
anything, basically.
right, and you can't find them. And I'm a great tracker, and there's 10,000 other great trackers out there. And
Well, Paul Halsley said, now, I kept this in mind, and I did what he said. He says, when you follow tracks and all of a sudden it stops, he said, look up in the trees. Yeah, you can look up in the trees, but but the trees are spread far enough apart that they can't jump 15 feet between trees.
but we don't know
Did you
that.
see that? Well, did you see that video the other day?
I'll tell you what, y'all talk for a second. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I'll take charge, Fred. Don't worry.
Dang.
All right, I'll be right back.
Um, did y'all see the video posted the other day with there was two squatches, but one, if it was a squatch or a monkey, whatever, but something obviously was way up in a tree,
Darn
and
it.
it swung out, reached out, grabbed the other tree,
Hmm.
and went to the other tree way up high.
No, I didn't see that.
Gosh, where was it at? I don't know, but MK or somebody did a slowdown of it. But I saw the basic video and then watched the slowdown, and something reaches way out and kind of leaps and grabs another tree and goes to it. And it's obviously not in Africa. It looks like, an American forest, the kind of trees and things we have.
Right.
And there was a second one that moved too, but there was one that you could really see the best. When I find it, I'll send it to you.
Did you see this week that MK Davis did something? He reversed the Patty footage.
Yeah.
So
I did not see that.
it's actually amazing, and it's like should prove that it's a Sasquatch, no doubt. Like somehow you see the other side of Patty. Whatever technology, you see the whole breast. Like instead of seeing her right side walking, you're seeing her left side walking.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I want to see that.
It was pretty like whoa.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, he's got the
Equipment and
he's got the software. He's got the software, and I've watched, I mean, I've taken and flipped it around, and watched you walk backwards and everything. And what I like about it is,
but this one was not even backwards. It was from the other side, like a mirror.
Right.
Not even, the whole other side of her.
Well, when she walks backwards, you can see her breasts good. You can see her exact movements. If you take and slow them down one frame at a time, walking like click, 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 you can see that human cannot do that. See, because a Squatch will not straighten. A Squatch always keeps their knees bent. They do not.
Right.
They do not straighten their legs out like we do.
And when they turn their head, they turn part of their body too.
They have to, because that 6-footer that stood up in front of me and took off running when I got out of the Jeep and approached him. When he stopped at the top bridge, he had his back to me, but he turned his whole from his waist up, turned and looked at me, and then just turned back around and just nonchalantly walked back in the woods, But his coat looked like a Labrador, nice, black, shiny. But he looked like he'd been pumping weights. He makes Lou Ferrigno and Arnold Schwarzenegger look like wimps.
Have you ever seen the other one by M.K. Davis?
Which one's that one?
The altercation video?
No.
If you get a chance, go check. That's what it's called, the altercation. There's a family that has a game cam set up in the woods behind their house, and they facing their house. They live in like suburbia, and it's right around dusk, like I'm going to say a 7 o'clock type thing, and there's multiple Sasquatch that come into their backyard.
Oh, you talking about that big 13-footer?
Yeah, and it looks like there's a couple of them fighting.
Yeah, there's a black one. Yeah, but what the lady did, the guy did, he took the camera, put a mirror in front of the window, took the camera and faced it toward the mirror to catch what was outside. Then you see a black and white one. Then you see two 8-foot black and white one fighting, and you also see the white one or the black one push the white one out of camera range. And
is that what you're talking about, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you see the big, huge one must be the parent, and he comes along and like, get the hell out of here, and he goes after both of them, and they take off running.
Yeah. What I seen was when the black one pushed the white one away. All of a sudden, about a minute later, all of a sudden you see the black and white one running like hell. And now, if you think about that shed right there, that gutter system is 9 foot high. That gutter system was at his waist when he walked out. Right. That was I wonder what size footprint that monster has.
I don't know, but the parent or whatever that was, he was tall.
Yeah.
I mean he had to be at least, he has to be 10 or 11 feet.
Yeah, there's another guy. I think it might have been the same guy. I don't know. But they took one night they put a mirror. They took 2 chairs, put them facing each other. Took a mirror, put it in one chair. And they had a lamp out there, like a regular lamp on the other side. On one side. Put the video camera facing the mirror, and right next to them there was a tree that had 4 tires chained to that tree. You could barely see it, but you can hear that Squatch getting mad, and he ends up uprooting the tree just to get them tires.
I don't know if I've seen that one, but I have seen the other one.
You got to go to MK. You got to go to MK Davis's.
MK Davis.
Yeah, go
I have seen the one with the barn. Was it red? Anyway. But anyway, and my recollection of it was that they had such activity or whatever. Yeah, and they had pointed the camera, put the camera at the window, pointed it in at a mirror, pointing back out.
Because if he would have took that camera and faced it towards
straight out,
they wouldn't have come out, or would they? Because that's over 100 yards, way over 100 yards.
Maybe they had tried a camera pointing out and it didn't work, and they knew they were out there.
Have have y'all seen the video of the where a guy gets pushed by a squatch?
Uh-uh.
What it
No,
is,
I've not seen that one.
yeah, what it is, they've been feeding this squatch, you know, and he got brave enough to where he was going into the chicken house, and they heard him go in the house, and they'd start screaming and yelling at him, and he would leave. Well, they finally got tired of it, and one of the guy who lived there, he come out there, and the squash took off. He was tall enough where he straddled a 5-foot fence
Yeah.
and was gone. Well, the guy opened the gate and went after him. And you could hear the squatch going, roar, you know, and the guy never said anything. He kept breathing hard. And finally, he got to the point, you know, where he didn't realize it, but between him and that squatch, it was a pine tree, a cedar tree. And the squatch put his hand right through that tree and hit the guy in the chest with the palm of his hand and knocked him down.
Never seen that one.
What the squatch liked the area he was in, so he just told the guy, like, you're too close, get out of here, you know, and hit him in the chest. You can see the guy's hat fly off his head.
That's why you don't feed them. You don't feed them. You don't feed them. Especially near your house.
Yeah, that's a good thing. But, you know, each area is different, you know. You got Connie's area down there in Lee County, Kentucky. Then you got my area. Then you got Steve's area. Then you got Ryan's area.
Why I gotta be last?
Because you're up.
He didn't even mention me. Hey. That's because, well, there are
Well, I gotta get you used to leaving the camp first.
Well, there are squatches in my area, but not in my immediate area. There are squatch sightings in the counties around me, in eastern North Carolina.
Yeah, well, don't believe that, because if they're around you, they're in your county, or they're passing through, or they got to get from A to B somehow.
Well, what I'm saying is there are no reported sightings, and this is like one of the oldest counties. This was one of the first settled places.
How far are you from? How far are you from the Appalachian Trail in North Carolina, Leo? You about what, 100 miles?
No, 3.
About 300.
Yeah, we lived in Boone, Blowing Rock area 15 years, and it takes about 3 hours to drive one way.
Because the Sasquatch is okay. Connie, how far do you live from the Appalachian Trail?
No, excuse me, 6 hours. Sorry.
6 hours. Okay, how about you,
6
Connie?
hours.
Unmute yourself.
Hello, Connie.
I see steam coming out of her ears.
There it goes. I don't know why it keeps muting.
How far are you from the Appalachian Trail, the Blue Ridge Parkway?
Let's see. Nearest parkway to me is, well, actually there's 2. There's the Mountain Parkway, and then there's, well, actually the Mountain Parkway is the closest to me. So.
What about the Blue Ridge Parkway?
Right, but her parkway runs into the Blue Ridge Parkway.
That's a little further.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. If I'm reading this right, you're
about 2 or 3.
Okay, so your national forest is running into Virginia on the right there on the Virginia, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Tennessee. It's all meeting right there. Because the squatches travel up and down the Blue Ridge Parkway or the Appalachian Trail from North Carolina all the way up into Maine. That's their main travel route up and down the East Coast.
I believe so too.
And a lot of and I talk to a lot of hitchhikers during the summertime. We have them come off the mountain to come into this little place called Greasy's Kitchen, which is Wheezy's, you know, but they eat there, you know, and I talk to them a lot when I'm in there. Because I usually go down there on Sundays to a flea market. I'm a flea market freak, you know, and I
I
talk
like
to them.
flea markets too.
Oh, you'd like it here.
I go crazy, man, and everything.
We
But
got a flea
anyway,
market too. We're here.
yeah. But anyway, what I'm going to do is we don't run out of stuff to talk about, so we're going to continue chatting right after the show, so everybody stay where you're at, and I'm going to end the show right now.